What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, so we know that the off season hasn't started yet, but this the off season looks like it already started with the playoffs still going on for the NBA. And I'm going to say this: is that Bam Adebayo are teams are interested in Bam Adebayo. And I'm going to say this. Bam Adebayo has a gold medal. He played with LeBron, Steph, KD in the Olympics. You could honestly say that the Miami Heat, to me, they lose Jimmy Butler. They lose Jimmy Butler. They they lose Jimmy Butler. They are building around Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. They got good pieces. But here's the thing about that. If teams like the Lakers, like the Warriors, like um the Phoenix Suns are looking for a center, which the Lakers are looking for a center right now. I am going to say this. Is that Bam Adebayo could give you 20 and 15 like Anthony Davis did for the Lakers and how he's doing for Dallas. But if Miami really wants to build around Bam, you have to give Bam Adebayo, you have to give him pieces. You have to give Bam Adebayo pieces to build around your team. Because you're honestly, right now, you just got flipped by the Cleveland Cavaliers. You just got flipped in the playoffs by the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I really think that the Miami Heat, if they're trying to rebuild mode, like the teams that I can see them going to is the Los Angeles Lakers, if Bam eclipses a trade. I can see him going to the Lakers. I could see him probably stay with Miami. There is just a few trades that I think that would possibly work out, but for my estimation, it's it's like, would you rather want to trade for Bam Adebayo or keep him? Bam Adebayo, the 4 games that he played, like the Heat were in the play-in, like I think the Heat has been in the play-in like for the last 4 to 5 years because you had Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James, um, that won 2 championships. You had Shaq and D Wade that won championships. I always say this is that the Heat or the Lakers need to make a push because if the Heat are trying to go into rebuild mode, and I'm just being curious here, I would say there's a possibility for the Lakers to get Bam Adebayo. To compare with LeBron James, to compare with Luka. Because the one thing that the Lakers were missing, the one thing that the Lakers were missing was that was that um was that was that um was that um was that center in was that center that can guard the paint. Because if you have a center a Bam Adebayo or um a Bam Adebayo, like a Anthony Davis, like a Brook Lopez, I could say this is that the Miami Heat, if Bam Adebayo stays with the Miami Heat, or if he clutches a trade, teams are going to look at this. Like, teams are going to look at how the Miami Heat handled. Let me get the elephant out of the room. How the Miami Heat handled the the Jimmy Butler situation. Like, Pat Riley was a good head coach in the NBA. Let's get that out of the way. Pat Riley was a good head coach. I think if you can if you can get Bam a similar trade like you got for Jimmy Butler. Now, Bam Adebayo didn't clutch the trade yet. We don't know if Bam Adebayo would clutch the trade. Because I think what the Heat are doing is building around Bam Adebayo, building around Tyler Hero. Like, you could give. I have one trade, a free team, two trades that I think could work. The Miami Heat, if Bam Adebayo requests a trade, the Miami Heat gets. There's a few teams. The Lakers would get Bam Adebayo, a 2030 pick, slot pick, and and um and and Smith back for Bam Adebayo. Now, I don't see the Lakers if he gets traded. I don't see the Lakers if Bam Adebayo clutch a trade. I don't see him. I don't honestly see Bam Adebayo honestly getting moved, like getting traded. But that's one possibility. Like if you give up somebody like a Dorius Smith and a whole lot of picks, and you just give back probably 2 or 3 back to the Lakers. That could be, honestly, like you could have a lineup of Bam Adebayo, LeBron James, um, Luca, because we know. I feel like Luca is going to. Let me just say this about the Lakers: if the Lakers are able to make a trade with the Miami Heat to get Bam Adebayo, because there are going to be certain teams that will look at. There are going to be certain teams that will look at. There are going to be certain teams that will look at the Miami Heat and say, are they going into rebuild mode because you just traded Jimmy Butler away? Are you going to go after Giannis in free agency? I mean, are you going to try to trade for Giannis to compare with Bam Adebayo? Or are you going to move Bam Adebayo effectively? That is the question that the Miami Heat needs to ask. Because with the Miami Heat, you could get back in a trade like we saw the Jimmy Butler trade. Like they got Andrew Wiggins. They got Andrew Wiggins. They got Kyle Anderson in that Jimmy Butler trade. If Pat Riley could trade away Jimmy Butler for a trade like that, just think what you could get for Bam Adebayo to go to the Lakers, or go to the Clippers, or go to the Rockets, effectively, or go to a different contender team. Because with the way that the Miami Heat play, Miami still would have that culture. Miami would still have that culture where it's like we can win, because if we go back, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, LeBron James brought 2 championships to that to Miami. Bam Adebayo already been to 2 NBA finals, made 2 NBA finals appearances. Like Bam Adebayo was drafted there. You can say that, but at the end of the day, the Lakers need a center because the Lakers had no center at all. And if LeBron James comes back for if LeBron James comes back for his 23rd NBA season, which I have to say this, is that if LeBron James retires this year, I just want to say, let me get the elephant out of the room. I want to say it was amazing to watch LeBron James. And I know I'm getting off topic here. It was amazing to see LeBron James play 22 years because we're probably not going to see another level like LeBron James. But back to Bam Adebayo. If you're able to give up if you're able to trade, if the Miami Heat is able to trade anything like that, or if LeBron and Luka are able to recruit, are able to say to the Lakers and recruit, because we know that teams like to recruit different players. And we've seen the big trade this year, Luka for Anthony Davis. If Luka resigns and says, okay, I want to stay here, I want to stay with the Lakers, and if LeBron comes back, if LeBron comes back and says, I want to still be a Laker, because we do not know if LeBron's going to retire or not. LeBron and Luka definitely need a center out there. Because you cannot have like LeBron James play the center position and you need a big at that center position. You definitely need a big at that center position. The Lakers, to me, honestly, look like after they traded away Anthony Davis, you still had Jackson Hayes. But the thing is, JJ Redick is a good head coach. Even when you look at the centers right now, when you look at the centers in the NBA, you have Embiid with the Sixers. You have Zubac with the Clippers. When you look at the NBA centers in the league today, you have Embiid with the Sixers. You have Zubac with the Clippers. You have Brook Lopez with the Milwaukee Bucks. I think Bam Adebayo, if he does go to the Lakers, this is definitely, if Bam Adebayo requests a trade to go to the Lakers or go to like a contender team, my best honest opinion on this is he might be the best fit to play alongside LeBron, Luka, because I feel like Luka's going to sign an extension with the Lakers. LeBron's going to come back for his 23rd season. And the Lakers just might call the Miami Heat. Because the Lakers might call the Miami Heat. They just might call the Miami Heat and be like, hey, we'll give you this for this, and you guys can have Bam Adebayo. But with that said, it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely interesting to see. Will we see like Giannis get traded? Like would we see Kevin Durant go to the Rockets? Would we see Kevin Durant go to the Rockets? Will we see Giannis stay? Will we see Giannis stay with the Bucks? We see all of these teams and what all of these teams are trying to do. From a standpoint to say the Lakers are looking for a center, and that might be Bam Adebayo. Who knows to say if that's Bam Adebayo or not that the Lakers will trade for? That the Heat would probably uh, probably move Bam and go into rebuild mode. Who knows that? Who knows if Miami is going to keep Bam and just build around him? Who knows that? As basketball fans and as NBA fans, it is going to be interesting to see, will the Lakers, will the Clippers, will the 76ers somehow want to call the Miami Heat and want to say that they want to trade for Bam Adebayo? And you would have to give up Duncan Robinson or somebody like that. And you traded away Anthony Davis. You traded away Anthony Davis. You have a good head coach and um JJ Redick. I would say if the Heat are if teams are interested in Bam Adebayo, they should call the Miami Heat, because I think the Miami Heat, they got a lot of talent. And to my explanation, I think the Miami Heat should definitely um should definitely um move. I do think that Miami Heat should go into rebuild mode, because you're still a contender team. You still can make the playoffs. Like, you can still do that, but on another level, if you're saying that the Miami Heat isn't, you're saying that the Heat aren't going to be a contender team because you traded away Jimmy Butler. Like, we've seen them trade Dwayne Wade. We've seen them let Dwayne Wade walk in free agency. We seen them let Dwayne Wade walk in free agency. We seen them let them let um them let Shaq, they traded away Shaq. So we seen a bunch of trades happen like this from the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler going going to the Warriors. Look at how far Jimmy Butler made it this year to the second round with the Golden State Warriors. And I think if you want to get a big, you could get, if like there's a trade for the Lakers or a trade for the Cavs. Like I know I'm talking about the Lakers and the Heat, and I've been talking about both teams so far. But if the Lakers are able to get a big, like a Brook Lopez, like a Jared Allen, like a Bam Adebayo, and Bam Adebayo questions a trade there, I would say that Bam Adebayo is going to win a championship because he been to the NBA Finals. He been to the NBA Finals. He been to he been to the NBA Finals twice. He has a gold medal. I can see that happening. But guys, never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody. In peace.